following podcast contains real stories and raw conversations from first responders and military personnel. Some topics may be graphic or triggering. The views expressed by the host and the guests are their own and do not represent any agency or organization. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Dispatch. We have a really special guest today, someone I'm a huge fan of. We've been speaking for a while. He's a gun fanatic, born in China, moved over when he was 11. Him and his brother did some great things for this country. Mike, tell us a little bit about yourself, brother.
Well, thanks for having me. I've been listening to your podcast since it started.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I liked it. It's guys doing an awesome job here. So my brother and I, we were born in China, and we grew up there. Our mom left us when we were like 4 years old.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's definitely left some scars there. So when my brother and I we are identical twins, so we're very close. And culturally in China, that brothers, back then it's only one child policy,
Right.
so you cannot have two child. If you do, no, they're not gonna kill you, but you're definitely gonna take a hefty fine.
Right.
So
Even if you were twins.
twins is okay because you can't. It's just natural.
Right.
They don't want people to have more than one child. I forgot what the reason was. I think.
Is that overpopulation, maybe?
Yeah, but it's like other reasons of like financially or something else that was going on. They came up with that.
Okay.
Now it's different. Now they have a population like decrease, like Japan having, and they can't keep it up anymore. So it's like when they induced that policy, they never thought about what's going to happen like 40, 50 years from now. So
Right.
So we're born in China. Our mom left us, and my grandparents just took care of us from the age of 4 to 11. So I just came back from China about 3 days ago, and I just visited them. They really love us. They taught us what our whole childhood was with them. They take us on trips. They showed us how to be. They wanted to learn how to swim. They sent us to school to learn how to play piano. Like every Chinese kid play piano, you know. I don't know how to play piano anymore, and they really loved us. And then my mom been working on the immigration stuff, and they brought us over here when we were 11 years old.
Your grandparents did?
No, my mom did.
Your mom did?
Yeah, my mom.
So your mom kind of came back into your life?
Yeah, well, she will come back like every year or not every year. Every couple of years she will come back. And she always says, I'm going to bring my sons to America.
Right.
So we thought about, yeah, we want to go too, but we didn't know when. Immigration back in the day is like 5 to 10 years. It's like a normal waiting period.
Right.
Especially for China. And so the year 2000 came. We went to Guangzhou, China to get our immigration paperwork. Our grandparents took us, and it went through. So my mom picked us up from China, and we came here year 2000. We were 11 years old, just finishing up 5th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, no, 4th grade. Just finished up 4th grade.
In China?
In China. So I came here.
So before we get to when you came to the United States, how was your relationship with your mother at that time? So you say she would come for a little bit, leave, then come back. So how was your relationship with your mom at that time?
I gotta say, like, to be real honest, she was like a stranger to us.
Right.
After the first year, we kind of looked at our grandmother as our mother,
right,
and our grandfather as a father. They're the one who raised us and taught us everything we know, and give us like a love that we had. And we really it was really hard for a 4-year-old to lose a mother. Like I remember then that the day my mom left, I think my brother and I we cried for like,
oh man,
days. Like that my grandparents would try to comfort us, and then things eventually got better. But yeah, I like really remember that in details that me and him were talking about, like, oh my God, what happened? Did we do something wrong? So it's like, we can talk about that later, about the abandonment.
Yeah.
What happened, the childhood trauma.
Right.
That really played a huge role in my life as well. And that it was, even talking about it now, it hurts, because I realized that moment how much that hurts. Now that I'm going to be a parent and my brothers have 2 kids, I can't imagine
right
a person will leave their children like at that age.
Right.
That's when they did it. Gotta be hard.
It has to be crushing because to me, like my son's my everything.
Yeah, of
I will
course.
give up everything I possibly. I will give up my own life for him. So that's not even an option. So like I don't know how people can do it. I'm sure they have their reasons, and I'm sure there's a reason why. But what about your dad? Have you ever met your dad?
Yeah, he's there, but I gotta say that he would come visit us.
Yeah.
He only lived like 2 blocks away, but he would come. He wasn't like very responsible person back then. He come visit us, but we weren't close.
Yeah.
Now we're better. Like we're adults now. Like he would try to take care of us and try to make it up the time that we lost.
Right.
But it's different, like we weren't close.
Yeah.
Again, like I felt like in my entire childhood, my grandparents, my brother and I, our grandparents played the main role as a parent to us, and my uncle as well.
They're like your foundation, your rock.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it definitely affects you at that age. It definitely affects you. Every decision you make, the way you look at the world, the way you see everything, like your relationships and everything else. It just really changes the way you see the world.
And shapes you for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
And shapes you, yeah. So your mom was going through the immigration system. Finally, everything was approved. Paperwork went through. So then she came in to pick you and your brother up, and you guys were going to go to the United States. So
So when we're going to, let's see, I was going to talk to you about a little bit of school. I was in China.
Yeah, please.
How different it was. So we started going like daycare. Man, talking about back in the 90s, they even 5, 6 years old, they would beat you if you don't study or something.
Really?
Yes. I remember the craziest thing I remember. It's not even like kindergarten. I think it's daycare. I remember that these 2 kids were not behaving. The teacher, they're not even teacher. They just call them like the staff there.
Yeah.
They stripped these 2 kids naked and paraded them in the whole building, each classroom, and everybody looked at them and laughed. I cannot believe that. Like I remember that because it's so shocking to me, and I still remember now. Like I was like, they do that stuff here. You're going to prison,
jail instantly. There's no pass go. Don't collect your $200. You go straight to jail.
They don't play around over there. And back in those days, if you messed up in school, your parents would beat you after.
Right. So yeah, you get beat and embarrassed by the teacher,
and then parents would beat you. And my grandparents and all they loved us is send us to a good elementary school. It's like almost like a military school.
Okay.
You learn how to march. You literally go to school. 1st grade to 5th grade, it's elementary school. You go there like I think 8 or 9 hours a day, and you only get 10-minute break between each class and 1 hour lunch. It's like 70 people in one class.
Wow.
And one teacher, and uniform. It was different. Like everything's about academic.
Yeah.
Unlike here, because I'll tell you when I came here, what a big difference. Okay, all right, so. At 4th grade, they were teaching like algebra over there back when I was a kid. And my brother and I were not saying we're dumb, but we're definitely not a good student.
Right.
They would humiliate you if you messed up. What they would do is that every week or every month there's a test.
Right.
You get a 90% above, the teacher will take the test, return it, put it back on your desk. 80 and above, you come up to the teacher. They call your name, 80 and above, and you come up to the teacher's desk and pick up your test.
In front of everybody.
In front of everybody. And then C, or it's like pass or fail. They just fold it, all that, and put it in the trash can. You take it out of the trash can when the class is over on your break.
What if you fail?
No, same thing.
Trash can?
You go pick that shit out of there, and just show you like public embarrassment is what they learned. Like trying to like the Cultural Revolution back in the day, the struggle sessions. Like I think it's built into them. Like they like to public humiliate you and they shame you. That's why I think culturally, like Asian people, especially Chinese people, they're so afraid to be shamed.
Right.
They were shamed when they were a kid, and that was a horrible feeling.
Well, the Asian culture is all about honor.
Yes.
Right. You want to bring disrespect to your family or disrespect, you always want to bring honor to your family. I've seen Mulan.
Yeah. It portrayed pretty accurate. Yeah.
Right.
Definitely, it will mess you. was a hell of experience.
Brother, I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell you right now, if I was in China, all of my papers, you know where would they be? In the fucking trash, dude.
Dude, I am not even now I'm not a good test taker. Okay, I can learn. I'm more of a hands-on person.
Same.
But when it comes to tests, I can't. I don't know if I feel like.
Honestly, that's probably what makes you a great cop, buddy.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
100%. 100%.
Just kind of like building off like what you were talking about with the public humiliation and all that. What is I guess like what is mental health like over there? Because I know like
You hear stories.
If I'm correct, like in Japan, I know super high suicide rates because you know, people just feel like they can't live up to expectations or whatever. I'm just curious what it's like over there.
You're absolutely right. First of all, one thing they have there that United States doesn't have is how close the families are. They used to beat you a lot, but they kind of globalized and kind of start learning from the West. It's different now than when I was a kid.
Oh, I'm sure.
But the most stressful period for a Chinese student, it's between middle school to high school. They call it a Gaokao. It means you have to take a test for like a week straight. Every day you're taking this test to see what score you have. It's like SAT or ACT.
But
for them,
amplified?
Amplified by like 1,000.
Yeah, I bet.
Parents will stand outside because this test will determine what high school you go to and will determine what kind of life you want to have. So parents are literally outside in the hot summer day, just sitting there waiting for the kids to come out.
So you take a test, and then your ranking of your test scores is what placement of high school. So I'm assuming there's different levels of high school.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes, and the high schools are going to determine what college you go to. So middle school to high school, that is the hardest test. They spend the last, I think, year of middle school or last 2 years of middle school just to prepare you for the test for high school. And those tests are legit. Like I never taken one. Thank God. I probably like lose my mind. But during those times, suicide rates are like off the roof. People are just like jumping off. The kids are just jumping off buildings. And
oh my God.
Yeah, people just can't make it. The pressure's too high.
Dude, the difference between that and the United States is drastically different.
Yeah, it's
like you look throughout the world. I mean, you know, because you were talking, your test determines what high school you go to, and like you look at, I don't know if it's still like this, but like Germany's education system, you either after you finish your what do they call it, like grammar school, right?
Right.
And you're going to go to high school. You either go to like a vocational type high school, or you go to a like getting into college type high school.
Right.
So they kind of have those like two separate paths.
Which in hindsight, that would make sense, right? If I mean, if you, because like I'm not like a college type person, right? I would be more of like a trades, military, law enforcement, firefighter type person. So that, I mean, honestly, that would make sense. So if you're tailor making their education to that particular person, that's actually really kind of cool.
Yeah.
If you choose to do, I think it'd be like a choice. Like, hey, do you want to go into trades high school, or do you want to go into like college prep?
I don't remember, like in Germany specifically. I don't know if it's like you get the choice or how that works. I don't remember. I just remember learning about it in German class, talking about like the difference in the education system. So like the point of that though is like you look throughout the world, and it's kind of wild just how different it is everywhere else.
Oh, insane!
Yeah,
how different.
Well, China sounds way crazier than Germany.
Yeah. Well, that's why. Again, you're not allowed to fail there. Like you just can't afford it.
Right.
Like back in the day, if you fail, I remember a teacher told me that you're gonna just be a bagger on the street, and which is the most shameful thing that can happen to a person.
Right.
So, yeah, and parents will be on you. So kids will be going to school for 8 hours a day. Then they will have to go to additional classes at night. So they literally study from 8 to 10 p.m. at night, and then sleep for a couple hours and do it over again. There's so many movies about it. I mean, I watch and try to learn from them. I'm like, holy crap. At first, I thought, no way. Then I went back to China. I saw the way they did it. I'm like, oh my God. I cannot imagine me going through that. And it's just so much competition. You got to remember the population there is so high, and the opportunity is not out there. So you got to be creaming off the crops. You got to be competing against people that are better than you. And then on top of that, people are better than them. It's just complete different way of viewing the world. And that's why a lot of them come if they have money.
Right.
They come out to go to like out here in Chicago, a lot of universities are full of Chinese students. That's the reason why.
That's my next question before we move on from this. I was going to ask, so the education system in China is drastically different.
Absolutely.
So is it like a step up to come to the United States for college?
Yes.
In a sense?
Yes.
Okay.
It's always a step up. Even now it's kind of catching up, but back in the day, yeah, it's a step up. You want to go, America's always number one. Canada's number two. France, maybe number three. Australia, New Zealand, then European country, UK. I know a guy who went to Oxford. They all want to go to those Ivy League schools.
Right.
And it's going to cost like so much money, but their family got money, so they just send them over.
Right.
And U.S. have a lot of students, and can't talk about some of the stuff, but I can say that the government is in control of everything in China. So some of the students here they here for a reason to learn something, like not saying they spies or intelligence, anything like that, but definitely here for the long term. End of the day, it's a competition between countries.
100%. Oh,
they send their
absolutely.
people here.
Well, there's a perfect example of that with the F-35 program.
Exactly.
I mean, that was so.
I was gonna say, tell people listening.
Who was that did the F-35 program? Was that Lockheed?
Probably Lockheed.
Martin.
I think it was Lockheed. Doesn't matter. Anyways, they had interns working for them, and there were a lot of Chinese interns. They got in big trouble by the government because they were exchange students, and no defense contractor is allowed to use exchange student interns for highly classified projects. Well, they took everything that they had learned developing the F-35, took it back to China and used it for the J-20 or their new stealth plane.
Yeah.
That's why if you look at it, it literally looks like the F-35.
Right. Which is crazy because then like the whole Biden thing with Elon Musk, where they're like, you're supposed to be hiring immigrants or XYZ, right? And then all of a sudden he's like, you can't because it's a defense contract. He's like, I can't. It's against the law.
Yeah, right.
Goofy.
It's definitely out there.
Yeah.
And again, I can say this not from experience, just from my personal opinion on just being Chinese and working the field I work at. Even if it's 0.1% of the students that's here doing stuff like that, that is still a lot of people here. That's
a lot.
Yeah, and then Chinese people think different. Okay, they think long term. United States, we have a different administration every 4 years, if not 8 years. But
right.
They thinking like decades. You know, like in my lifetime, what can I accomplish? Yeah, what can I accomplish to help out the motherland? You know, like, yeah, that's so it's different type of thinking. We're like in America, we're short term thinkers. We are like instant gratification. We kind of view the world that way. But definitely not in China. They definitely plan things ahead of time. Long game for sure. Yeah. No,
100%. So you moved to the United States at 11 years old. Where'd you guys move to?
We moved to somewhere in DuPage County in 111. So my twin brother and I were really close. We were scared to come here because we didn't speak any English. I remember I had to go to a fifth grade. I'm going to my class. I have my lunch bag. I don't even know how to write my name.
Right.
Mike. You know, I don't even know how to write that. And my brother's Kevin. The most Chinese, the most common Chinese name, Mike and Kevin. And yeah, they started for twins. The only class I'm good at, it was math class.
There you go.
Because I did not know they were still learning multiplications in fifth grade.
Dude, I was gonna say you were learning algebra like at 3 years old.
4.5. No, I'm just kidding. It was definitely a game changer. I was like, oh my god. I was culture shocked. I was like, are you kidding me? Yeah. When they first gave us the math stuff, I thought it was like a review for the like younger kids
from like preschool.
Yeah, I'm like, I think just review because we're in like a English is ESL classes. You know, everybody there speaks a different language. We're all trying to learn English. We're all like 5th and 6th grade sitting there reading green eggs and ham, but during math class, we're learning how to basic addition and multiplication. I'm like, oh my god,
these kids are dumb.
I'm like, no, I'm so lucky.
You're like, dude, I was working on quantum mechanics before I left China.
I'm not that smart, but yeah,
That's joking.
it would. I know.
That's badass.
It was good. So again, English, it's like it's hard to learn.
Yeah.
Everything's backward.
They say it's like one of the hardest, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like how we say our name, we don't say our last name here, like Mike, but in China, you say your last name first and then your name.
Because
so
it's honor, right?
Yeah, it does. And then it just everything you see is like kind of backward. But it took me a while to learn English. Even now, I'm still learning. Okay,
Your English is phenomenal, brother.
No, I'm still learning every day. You should see the way I write my reports. All right,
you should see how I used to write my reports.
I'd be lucky. I'll be cheering. I don't get a kickback, and also.
Oh, you got ChatGPT now, brother. You
That's
can
true.
Just run that through there. You're good to go.
I'm like, I do use that, and sometimes like, oh wow,
absolutely,
this is like game changing. Made me sound so much smarter.
100%. That sounds good.
Yeah, copy paste.
Oh my god! Sometimes you put it, you're like, oh, that sounds too smart. Make it dumber.
Yes,
make it dumber.
Yes. Oh man, so 11 years old, we came here, and we had a half brother and half sister.
Okay.
So our family dynamics a little different.
Did your dad come as well?
No. My mom married my stepfather, and then they were married here, had 2 kids.
Okay.
And then my brother and I came in the picture in 2000.
Okay.
So
your mom came first?
My mom came first.
To the United States?
Yes.
Okay.
In like 1993, I believe. I was 4.
And then she came back to get you guys?
She came back to get us.
Okay.
2000. In between, she visited us like a week at a time, probably every other year or every couple of years.
Is your stepfather Chinese?
No, he's mixed race.
Okay.
So we're here, excited. I'm like, oh my god, this is so exciting. We're in America. This is awesome. This is like before the cell phone days and the internet days. We're just here. America is awesome. I was like, oh wow, they have a house. Days. Yeah, it was great. Except growing up, kind of my grandparents kind of spoiled us, give us all the attention.
Yeah.
Now we had to give my mom kind of give all attention to my younger brother and sisters.
Yeah.
We weren't used to that, but then we kind of get a little jealous.
Yeah, absolutely. As kids do.
Yeah. Well, we don't know how to cope with those, So we're in a new country. We didn't speak a word English, and we don't feel like. Remember, I didn't see my mom as a mom. We see her as as a mother, but maybe the feeling will grow back. But that never really came back. Kind of as I grow.
Yeah. How are you feeling, man? Like, I'm assuming you were like scared.
Yeah. Especially school wise, I was like, oh man, am I gonna be bullied?
Yeah.
Am I gonna be like, are they gonna hurt us? I was like, I don't know what they're saying. Like, it was absolutely scary. I gotta take a bus to school. How does bus work?
Right.
Like, how do I get a book? What if I don't understand what the teacher want me to do? But kids learn fast. Me and him, I'm glad it was 2 of us.
Yeah.
At least have a partner.
100%.
But we were alone together and back to the wall sometimes, it's just, but it worked out. We made friends, and we realized how like kids in the United States, it's like heaven for them, This is like awesome. You get to play, get out of school at 3. That's awesome. Yeah. And you can go out and play. My mom still try to do like, how should I say, like the old Chinese way, you come home, you study, read books, you don't get to go out to play. So in the first year or 2, I didn't speak English, I didn't have any friends, so we didn't really do much. But when I went to middle school, that's when I made more friends, started hanging out more.
Right.
High school, got a job. My brother and I worked at Papa John's Pizza. That's my first job. Then we end up working at Quiznos together, But high school,
Quiznos,
yeah,
dude.
Quiznos.
The fucking hamsters.
Oh yeah,
that's a great way to advertise your food is rodents on your commercial.
Yeah, man. They don't have any Quiznos left.
I don't think they're closed.
Wayne Barrington, just one, only one I know.
There are a couple out there.
They're
out there.
We're going to have to make a trip.
Yeah, but it was a good time. So middle school, high school, we got a job, and we weren't that close with our mom. Kind of, we just kind of hang out with our friends more. My friends kind of become my family, and that leads me to like graduate high school a year early. So my brother and I only went to high school for 3 years.
Okay.
We never had a senior year because we were in boot camp for the Marines. The reason we did that is because our age. I don't know what it was. I think just the way our birthday lands. I'm kind of older for.
Yeah, they have like a delayed or like an early program where you can go through basic while you're still in high school.
Yeah. So we decided to enlist in the Marines when I remember 15 years old. We gotta go in the Marines.
What made you
want to get away from home?
Yeah.
Didn't get the love. Didn't feel right. I know there's we have no financial, not financial aid, but we don't know how college works. We kind of just want to get away from it all, you know. So we're like, why not the Army, Air Force, something easy? They make fun of us. We're like, no, let's go hard, you know.
Yeah.
Because when I was in high school, I want to play sports. I want to play soccer, you know. Then my mom never let us play any sports.
Really?
Yeah, it kind of sheltered us a lot. So it really shocked my. I was very shy. I couldn't talk to people, look them in the eyes. You know, I couldn't do what I do today.
Right.
I never got my driver's license. I didn't get my driver's license until I was 21 years old.
Get out.
No, I was 22 years old. I got my license. Yeah, I went to the military without a driver's license. I think it's a way of controlling, you know, because I asked, can we go to driver's ed? Can we get my license? I don't need a car, at least get my license. But no, it was difficult. So that's why my friend drove us everywhere. My friends become my family.
Yeah.
And it was hard, you know. It's just, you have no freedom.
For sure.
Yeah, so we need to get out. I was desperate to get out. And we're like, let's go hard to prove everybody wrong. Like, we'll go the hardest branch. We'll go to the Marines. Because I saw what's that movie? They already hit it. Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket.
You can't really go wrong with that.
Tell you what.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's such a classic.
Classic for sure, brother.
So we decided to go on a military route. So we did the delay entry program for like a year. We signed up as soon as possible with a recruiter, you know.
Right.
And we went to delay entry program every day to be a poli, you know, not every day, like whenever they train, it was awesome. We loved it. We're like, oh man, it's funny, something I'm proud of, you know, do something. Yeah. And I took the ASVAB. Again, I told you I'm not good at taking a test. You need a 31 to pass to be a grunt. I got a 30, I think.
Oh, dang.
So I had to wait another month and I retake the test and I got a lot higher. So my brother passed the first round. Then you got to wait for 3 months.
I bet he busted your balls,
oh
dude.
man, I was so pissed. I was like, oh my God, I'm so fucked. And then, no, I passed. Got my little red shirts. I was so happy that day, you know.
Oh, I bet, buddy.
And then we're excited, and they ask us, "Hey, do you two want to go?" Back in the day, it was like 07. There was like troop surge. They're like, "Hey, you guys want to go in the buddy program? So you and your brother might be together, but you're not allowed to be in the same unit,
right?
Because Saving Private Ryan, our brother died and this stuff. So we're like, no, we're gonna be split up anyway, I'm sure. So let's just do our time. We'll just call each other if we need it. So we didn't go into the buddy program, but we went in together on the same day to boot camp. So everybody, you know how it is. You're just a number there, you know.
Yeah.
So we just stood next to each other every time, wherever we went. So every time we count off how many goes there, how many goes there, we always end up together.
Yeah.
So we're in the same boot camp platoon. We got a lot of shit for that.
I bet.
Oh man, it was embarrassing.
I bet they teared you guys down.
Oh, it was bad. It was fun looking back at it now.
Not at the moment.
No, not at all. And then we went to infantry school together. So the school slots were filled up. So we did guard for a month, and then we went to the school for infantry and become a basic rifleman. And we got assigned to 3-1, 3rd Battalion, 1st Marines, and it's right down the street.
Yeah.
So that's the only unit. That's the first unit I'm with. They just came back from Iraq. I think they came back from a MU. They just came back from Iraq, a tour.
Was it Paris Island, or would you go for
San Diego?
San Diego.
Yeah, it was a good time over there. Warmer, better weather for sure. So I was stationed West Coast on Camp Pendleton, Camp Hornell. It's literally a couple miles just north of infantry school. So we're literally like, what did we do that first night? They didn't haze the crap out of us. I mean, training us. You check in. We got to our platoon. All you see is all the senior Marines up there, drunk, screaming, hollering, fresh meat. You know.
Yeah.
Oh man, I I think that's probably the scariest time I ever had.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, like
You weren't worried about the drill sergeants. You were worried about the,
no, I did not know how hard. Like boot camp is easy technically because you get 3 meals a day, 8 hours sleep. You don't get that in infantry school. I definitely don't get that in the fleet. They just came back from deployment. Everybody's all hyped up,
juiced up for sure.
And they got a new drop of new boots. That's what they call you. You know?
Oh yeah.
You know what they boot that word? You call any Marine that word like that's like fighting words. You know? Like, yeah. It's bad. It's like
what's up, boot?
Yeah. It's like you calling somebody's mom a whore basically.
Oh,
that's how bad it is. Some people takes it like you want to start a fight. Another Marine come on, someone boot. Go ahead. It's gonna be a brawl, you know. So yeah, we're new boots. We're out there. It was I don't know if I slept that night.
I bet you didn't.
It back then it was different. Now it's a lot more strict. There were no like no, you can't hold
training
people.
or
there were no training. There were no taking you on a run at 2 a.m. with a gas mask on, and you still have to PT at 5. There were none of being in a sleeping bag in a shower while your buddy's doing push-up and they kick you in the shower in the sleeping bag for some reason. And
it's a lot of training.
It's a lot of training. I didn't even know people can fly off the second deck in between 2 mattresses and still survive. There's this stuff I seen. I was like,
the training,
the training I've seen. People are like, wow. I was like, today you even think about that. You know, you probably gonna get court-martialed. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and 3-1 they had their own issue back in the Fallujah, you know, the Haditha massacre and stuff like that. They were investigated. That was
training.
Yep.
That's great.
Met some of those guys. There were some of the seniors, you know, and eventually, you know, the first couple months you learn your way, but you go on your first deployment. I was the only thing that was good for me is that I was strong. I was a runner. I can run.
Yeah.
And I can PT. And that was, I think, what saved me. I can't say this though, like in the Marines, especially in the infantry, they don't look at race. You know, they do look at you by your merit, like how physically fit you are.
Oh, for sure.
And you all get treated like shit.
Yep. All equally.
All equally. Oh man, it doesn't matter what race you are. You all get treated like real shit.
I think there's a famous gunny sergeant that put that very well in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. There were the racist jokes though.
Yeah.
But everyone's giving it to you.
There's
no hurt feelings.
No, exactly.
You know,
gotta learn how to thick skin, and you're gonna have to make fun of each other. Race is the easiest thing to make fun of each other. You know, but you can do it to each other.
It's a brotherhood. But if someone else on the exterior did it to you guys, it'd be fucking game over.
Oh no, there's a fight. You see this stuff will happen on ship. But so I was in the Lima company. So it was an AMJ. So, but 3-1 is the 3rd Battalion, 1st Marines. We're like battalion landing team. So we are. So there are 3 companies. One's a helicopter company. That's my brother Kilo. One's Amtrak. You do amphibious landing. I got sent to that one. And there's another one that's a boat unit where you can just like on the Zodiac boat go on beaches, or they do trucks because there's no ocean. You know, there's no ocean in Afghanistan. So my brother and I in semi unit, different company, and then we got deployed on 2 deployments together. So 08 we went on a MEU, 31st MEU, 31st. We went to Okinawa, Japan, did the jungle package, all that stuff. Went to Philippines, did all the training. Philippines and Korea, Japan, all that stuff. Tell you what, after all the places I've been to, jungle's probably the worst one, man.
Dude, I bet.
You're always wet. It just
prickly.
You get this was it prickly heat? Like always itchy and it's just always wet.
It's the fucking snakes for me, brother.
Oh, snakes.
Fuck the snakes.
Spiders, man.
Oh, that too.
The big ass spiders. It's like I can't even imagine. You just walk. I remember just walking. Thank God I'm now point man. And I had a 249 assault back then. I was like 2nd or 3rd. I first got the machete chopping through.
Fuck that.
Go through that, and you just look up. You just take a break and look up. You just see a web, probably size of like this room, and a spider with probably, you know, what's that thing from the movie Alien, the face hugger?
Yeah.
I swear to God, they were that size, and just sitting in the middle of the web. You look at it, you're like, oh my God, like
I'm good.
Yeah, like can we just go? I don't even know how to go around it. It's scary, and they and the birds would get stuck in the web, and they would tie up the birds. It's crazy.
Those Philippine guys are fucking nuts, though, aren't they?
Oh,
Like, they
my
biting
God.
heads off snakes and shit.
Yeah. So when I was in the Philippines, we trained with them. God, it was so hot over there, though. They would those Filipino Marines. They're something else. They know all the plants, what kind of plants you can eat, treat you and stuff. They're showing us how to eat snakes, eat cobras, eat lizards. And what are we doing? They're crazy. Those eggs, the balut. I don't know if you seen those.
No.
It's an egg that's like almost hatched. Then they boil them. So when you eat them, it's like babies. You can taste the first. Yeah, the bones. Apparently it's really good for you. I had a video of me. I ate it and I puked the first time. The second time I ate it, it was all right. It was like fear factor, just like shove it down, don't think about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're surviving, dude, you're surviving. So you do anything.
Yeah, it was fun. Then I was in Korea for a little bit for like a month training. We went from like 100-some degree heat with like 120% humidity or something to like November in Korea, and it was like 40 degrees. Oh, it was so cold. Dude. Yeah, it was
an adjustment.
It was a hell of an adjustment, Then I came back from that deployment, and then saw some like girlfriend. Went on leave. Me and her were like, hit it off pretty good. So we stayed to, she become my wife now. So
was this when did you guys meet in high school? Or?
High school, kind of my junior year, her sophomore year. But we didn't start dating until like end of my first deployment. We were talking, Again, I had another girlfriend before that. It didn't work out, We
don't mention her anymore.
Yeah, extracurricular activities. But
training.
Training. Everything about training. So second, I came back. We did a 1.5 workup. We did a mountain package in Bridgeport. That was the coldest time I've ever been. Then we deployed to Afghanistan in 2010.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was like 1.5 workup. We did like bunch of training. Every training you imagine, we did it, and then it was good because I was home for 1.5 years. I kept every holidays. We got 96. You got like 40 weekend or something. I go visit my my current wife, but my girlfriend then. And then we'll come back, go training again. I was promoted to a fire team leader.
Cool.
Yeah. So when I was in Afghanistan, when we deployed, I was a fire team leader.
Corporal at the time?
No, not yet. I didn't get corporal until I was in Afghanistan.
Okay. So this is prior.
So gotcha. Yeah. So we deployed end of April, early May of 2010. So we got on the plane. We went there with our gear. We went to a bunch of bases. I think we had to go to Kuwait for like almost a week, just on standby, and then train a little bit. There was like I have a squad leader. His name is John Rankle. He's a great guy. He become my mentor.
Mm-hmm.
And then he literally he came from another. I think he came from 1-4. Camp Hornell have 4 different units. You got 3-1, 1-2, 1-4, and 1-1. So all under 1st Marine Division. So he came from another unit. He was like assigned to a sniper, but he was a machine gunner. And he was a sergeant. He kind of big dude, like 6'4", like just 200 pounds. Jacked, and then tatted up. He's like careerist. He went to Iraq like twice already. He was definitely a careerist. He wants to go to like either sniper or MARSOC afterward.
Yeah.
So me and him hit it off pretty well. We trained together. He came in halfway through the workup, and he like motivating us. A lot of time people make fun of each other. But he kind of serious with me, like had a respect with me, and kind of pushed me forward. And we deployed. And we went to a bunch of different that's a camp, that's a Leatherneck, or then we end up in another base, Dwyer. That's the last base we were at before we get assigned to our little FOB. The first couple months we're in Helmand Province.
For people that don't know, FOB is forward operating base, right?
So it's a lot smaller.
Yeah.
So it's like probably host my platoon, platoon of infantry guys, probably 30 of us.
Yeah.
With attachment of a machine gun and maybe a sniper team.
So it's pretty tiny.
Yeah. We're at a schoolhouse for the first couple months, and we're just doing regular recon patrol and regular just a combat patrol or just routine patrol. Dude, it was hot, man. It was 100. People don't understand, like a whole combat load for a normal infantryman. It's like, I mean, I had like 70 pounds probably with the gear.
And then in the desert.
Helmand is just desert and just a river runs in the middle, and we're on the side. It's humid by the river, but it's just hot.
It's so hot where like you can drink, dude, and you never take a piss.
Exactly. And every time I go on patrol, not even on patrol, the minute I put my gear on, you come back, you look like you just jump into a swimming pool with your full kit on. You come back, it's all your own sweat.
And then like the weight, like we talked to a few other military members who were in Afghanistan, and like you just can't gain weight, like you lose.
Oh yeah,
weight.
I was like 155. I think I lost like 15 pounds in like 2 weeks, just water weight. Just you can't keep up, no matter how much you eat, how much you drink.
So Anthony was in Helmand Province. I think the same time. I think he was the same time he was over there.
Oh, I heard that episode. I think he was 2011, right after me, maybe.
Maybe it would have been.
But it was around the same time for sure.
It was right there at some point.
Well, Anthony was a pug, wasn't he?
He's a driver. Okay, I give him that. I couldn't even drive.
Yeah. We're just giving him shit because if he listens.
He's listening.
Yeah. Well, so we were out there doing combat patrol. I forgot what I relieved. Is it a 2-1? I know 3-5 was right there before us. 3-5 who took like a shit ton of casualties because they had a sniper just taking them out. They were stepping on IEDs.
Oh God!
So we were there around the time they were, but they were leaving. So we pushed down south.
Yeah.
So in June, we're there for like a month now. They take out a couple squadron Marines and attach to an Army rock clearing team. What they do is they clear route, because when we start pushing Afghanistan, Helmand Province, it's like all Marines. We haven't cleared everything yet. We haven't even, there are parts of Afghanistan that we went to, they thought we were the Russians from the 1980s. So we were clearing, nobody had been there before. And when we're clearing, so they send the Marines out on the echelon to each end of the road, kind of push ahead of the vehicles, but in the fields. And we'll be taking contacts, just, pop shots, shoot back, call for fire if I have to, while the Army clear the route with the whole entire convoy of vehicle, clear the IEDs, landmines, whatever they got to do. So there were a lot of IEDs.
Oh, I could imagine.
They definitely need all the support they need.
That didn't fuck with your mental psyche at all.
No. Oh, man. I'll rather take a bullet than IED.
Bro,
it's like I seen some of the aftermath, and I was like, man, that sucks. So
I've seen Hurt Locker.
Oh yeah, that's just. But Afghanistan's different than Iraq because I'm in the farm fields,
Yeah, man.
Random
the poppy fields and stuff.
Yeah, marijuana fields. It's like cornfields out there, and towards the end of the season, those things are like Christmas tree size. And yeah, you got Marine getting in trouble for doing stupid stuff, So
it happens, brother.
It happens. I'll tell you, But since I'm out now, I don't have to hide it. But I didn't do anything. I was scared shitless half the time. So yeah. So you got Marines out there, hot box up an AMRAP or something.
Right. Well, I guess in a sense, like you could be fucking dead tomorrow, man. So
exactly.
I get it. It is what it is.
Yeah. So in June, we're out there doing route clearing and taking pop shots. Our mission was like, just go a couple of days, just keep pushing south, just keep walking. Every time we get shot at, we shoot back. So my squad leader was with me, John. He was with me and my fire team. And the other fire team with a few Marines are pushed a bit further out. And that morning, after I took a picture for him, I was like, here, I got a picture for you. Then back in the digital camera days, then he took a picture for me. And then all we hear on the radio is like, pop, 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 they taking contacts.
Do you still have that picture?
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
We'll put it up on the episode.
Yeah. So we the other team is taking contacts. We can hear it from a distance. They're about like a click away. A click is like almost 1,000 meters. So right away, during that mission, I had a Mark 30. So I'm 32 grenade launcher. Those 6-cylinder grenade launcher. Yep, this is my primary weapon, and I'm four on my back. Oh God, I regret it. It's horrible. It's so heavy. I regret it. We just start running.
Yeah,
we just run. I'm like, where are they? Because on my GPS, it's supposed to be like around this area. Then they keep pushing up. So I saw them from a distance. We're just open field. I just kept on running with everybody, and then I start seeing bullets ending in front of us. And then we're like, we got to keep going. So we just keep on running, all of us. I remember John's running in front of me. I'm running behind him. We're just trying to stay up. And the rest of the team just try to catch up.
Yeah.
Everybody's different weight, different physical fatigue at that point. 3 days in, you know, so.
In the desert, hot as fuck.
Yeah, I was adrenaline. What a hell of a drug. You know, like you are just gunning.
Tunnel vision?
Oh, yeah. So we got there and we start shooting. I just started launching my grenade launchers. Apparently, we walked into a perfect L-shaped ambush on us. They were on an elevated position with multiple machine guns just pinning us down.
Yeah, but they fucked up because now you're fucking with Marines. And you guys don't play games.
Well, we get them in the end, but they were definitely they have the fire superiority on us for sure, because there were certain times I couldn't even lift my head up. There were no cover. I just behind some there's like haystacks.
Well,
yeah.
What was going through your mind?
I was scared shitless. I was like, when you're getting shot at, I did not know. It's not like in the movies that like, oh, he's shooting at me from that distance. You don't know where it's coming from. Literally, it's like, where is this coming from?
You hear hisses and cracks.
Yeah. I'm like, where the fuck is... I was so frustrated. Like, I need to see where this is coming from. I can't just shoot at one direction. So even though we all have like optics, ACOGs on our gun, you know, I'm like, I don't know where they're shooting from. And the Taliban's, I do give them credit. They do know what they're doing. So like when you shoot a machine gun in prone position, this dust will come up, right? What they do is they take the turbine off and they lay it down.
No shit.
And then they pour water on top of it.
Smart.
And they put the bipod PKM, RPKs, and when they shoot, it will not, like, dust will still kick up. It will be not as much at all. And they were in an elevated position, like in front of us, about 100 meters, maybe less. I said less, but there was like ditches in between, and we were just getting pounded. And to the point that I used up like almost all my grenades already. I'm just launching on the location, and then.
So what are you looking for when you're launching these grenades? Are you getting
dead
intel?
Space? Yeah, I'm looking at dead space. I'm looking at that's a direction of fire they're shooting us from. I'm trying to just get a shot. There were like tree lines. They were in an elevated position with tree lines. So I was like, if I'm shooting at me from that position, I will hide behind those tree bushes, get some cover concealment. So I'm just launching in there just to get some hits, and everybody else shooting, and we had rockets shooting out. And then Ranko says, all right, want to call for fire. Want to call for artillery.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So on the radio, we push back 50 meters. So we push, when they say, okay, call for HE rounds coming in, we're dangerous close. Like, we got to like push back at least 50 meters. We're still dangerous close, but at least we're like a little bit further back. So I took my team up. I said, push back. We ran back, turn back around, take a knee, shoot back to cover the other team to come back.
Bounding, is that what
it's we're bonding, fire team bonding. But while they were bonding back, I saw Ranko, John running, and he just tumbled. I was like, he fell? And then I saw the other team, a couple of them went back to try to grab him. They went past him to lay down suppressive fire, and right away I know he was hit.
Yep.
And then, so we were there trying to figure out what's going on.
Was he the first?
Yeah.
In that firefight?
To get hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got hit.
Which is surprising because, I mean, if an L-shaped ambush and you guys are taking rounds nonstop, you don't know where it's coming from. I mean, kudos to you guys.
Well, I took my team. We're training this all the time. And training takes over. Yeah. Come back up, get on line. Even though we have barely any cover, I just get on line, get in prone position, just stop firing.
Yep.
Then I told them they need more bodies on the other team to help. The corpsman was there to work on them, to remove them. But we're in the middle of the field, like, we got to call for dust off, you know? Like, we got to call for, like, medevac, 9-line medevac. Start calling the 9 lines out, and the other team leader is calling it out. I was, the corpsman's working on them. I went over there. While I was running, I can just see the fire picked up for sure. They definitely had a reinforcement, something. They picked it up, their rate of fire. Yeah. I got over there. I don't know how I didn't get hit, but I got there, and I saw him, and I looked at him, and he just looked at me, and he couldn't talk. He's laying on his back, and his knees is up, and I grabbed him with my left hand. He grabbed me with his arm, like we're just holding each other's hands. Like I told him, "It can be all right. Want to get you home."
Yeah.
But we just kept on fighting. It was just shooting, and somebody else got shot on the butt cheek, just grazed them when he's in prone position. So they were close and they were shooting accurately. So before I ran over to Ranko, I remember I was shooting, and I looked back to yell at somebody something. I remember pass on whatever message on pass on, and my buckle from my sling exploded, and I was like, "What the heck happened? What is this?" I realized it was a bullet that struck the sling. Yeah, I still have that in my house. I need to hang that up. But
bro, take a picture. Do you have a picture of it?
I don't have the sling picture, but I have it in my sea bag somewhere.
Oh, take a picture of it and send it to me.
So muddy. Okay, I definitely would. I wouldn't something that I remember that the buckle broke. I was pissed because the sling freaking all messed up, and I was wearing eye pro, obviously, so the plastic was like my cheek. I was like, oh my god, he almost got my cheek, so I better move position. I don't want to get, I don't want to get hit, So, right. And then I ran over. They need my help. So I went over there. It's 2 teams. We're about maybe 20 meters apart, and we call for it. We'll call it everything. Cobras. We'll call for fixed wings. We'll call for artilleries. Apparently, you can't have called everything at once because the airspace is tied up. If artillery is coming, the fixed wings can't drop low, and then the helicopter can't come because the fixed wings. Right. So we jammed that up, and artillery came. We kind of got on top of them. They dropped the HE rounds. I don't know. According to the Geneva Convention or something, they had to use like a less lethal HE rounds back in the 2010. I don't know why. I thought it was a dud. All it is like somebody took a shovel, threw dirt in the air. I'm like, what the heck is that?
Like, no. We need the good shit. Give me the good shit.
What is that? I thought it was like fire for a fact, Yeah. It was just like somebody's like literally like big shovel, throw dirt in the air. I'm like, what the heck? This is like not doing the damage we need them to do. So the Cobra came. That's what saved our ass. It literally. So once the Cobra came, start lighting the tree line on fire. Basically, we grabbed. I remember I grabbed his leg, tried to grab his arm, and the couple he's a big dude, and grabbed him and we just start pushing back so the helicopter can land. That stuff can't land because it's too hot. Right. LZ is way too hot. So we had moving back like 100 meters. I remember every 20 feet we get up. We have to drop them, readjust, turn back around, pop off a few shots, come back up, keep going, drop them, reassess, and then we load them on the helicopter. Finally, and I hopped on there. I'm the last. I jumped on the helicopter with them. I looked at him. I'm like, hey, he's gonna be okay and go home. But I was young. I don't know I never seen like what death looks like. Mm-hmm. But it's all in the eyes. Yeah. And the flicker, the light, like in the eyes, it was like plastic. Yeah. And I'm like, he'll be okay because you have the medics on the helicopter. I thought he would be okay. They were gonna work on him right away on the helicopter. Yeah. Turns out it wasn't. So he passed away.
Fuck, man. I'm so sorry.
Hey, it was hit on everyone differently. Again, everything I say here is from my own personal experience. Yeah, man. And my own point of view. So everybody else on the team experienced that is different. But it impacted us all, So
that's your brother.
Yeah. I looked up to him because he was a guy who's saying, hey, Mike, when you get back, let's go to sniper together. Then we'll go try out for a recon or MARSOC.
He saw something in you. Yeah. He saw something in you.
Yeah. I mean,
usually like you said, like, you bust each other's balls. Like, he gives you a hard time. And he treated you differently. He didn't do that to you. He was more serious with you. And he's like, let's train. He saw something in you. I guarantee it.
I mean, I liked him as a leader. And he was young. So I think he was 23 or 24 at that time. I was 20. I was a week before my birthday to turn 21. I remember that 20. So me and we didn't find out that he didn't make it until later on that night when our staff sergeant came in. And he's a great dude. I just saw him in January. Came in, told us what's going on. But we we were all like you didn't have time to process. You're in the middle of a combat zone, and you are literally like, we were getting shot at. Like, the sun rises, they start shooting at you, and sunset right before they start shooting at you.
Yeah,
and
man.
those 108 rockets, man, those things scared the crap out of me, dude. They just hit the wall and just like dust everywhere. You're just looking for, try to put your kid back on.
You don't see it coming, yeah.
No, and so that hit us hard. So we went back. That mission was like 7 or 8 days, I remember. Then no, it was, that one was long. So they made us pack 3 days worth of food, right?
Yeah.
We were out there for like day 9 or something. Everybody's like shitting the brains out because we're drinking the well water.
Yeah.
I remember so thirsty. I just took an iodine tablet. I never even fucking used it in my life because I don't trust it. And
Right.
mercury water, put it in there, shake it up. I'm like, here it is.
Little cocktail.
Oh, it's so gross, but I had to drink it. And we had no food. And when running on 3 hours sleep a night, if even that. So between hunger and sleep, man, I say it both sucks. I'll take hunger. Hunger is oh man, we were just so hungry. We were eating anything we can find.
Yeah.
But mentally we lost them. So me and one other guy and just like 3 fire team leaders in the squad, we kind of take over. One other guy kind of take primary.
Yeah.
So we started taking over to run the squad. But everyone kind of know what their job is. So kind of the team runs itself.
Yeah. Well, that's how you guys train.
Yeah. It was definitely heck of a trip over there, that mission.
It got you.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
In country, was that the first loss you guys experienced?
Yes. For, I don't know if it's for a unit or not, but I remember the first day somebody get shot. The sniper team, somebody got shot, but he lived. Then we lost more people during IEDs. We lost people on a AMRAP that flipped over into a canal. I think a couple Marines drowned. I mean, we lost quite a few. And we got people. Oh, it's not the first guy who got shot. We had a guy on post that got shot on the hand. Got shot on the hand by somebody or himself. I don't know because we cannot prove anything. He needs extra training, that's for sure.
He needs extra training.
But
he would get it.
Yeah. Well, he's out now. Like, war hero apparently, but whatever. End of the day, it's tough for everybody.
Yeah, man.
So he's especially because he's a good leader in the entire company knows him. He's a big dude who works out and he's like professional.
Leads by example.
Yeah, lead by example. He's like literally, you think of Marine, infantryman. That's what I think of. A squad leader, a sergeant. You know, a sergeant makes like
the
sergeant
poster boy. Yeah, Marines. Yeah.
So we came back from the mission. Everybody got dysentery. Everybody had like, what's it, a sand fleas bite? I remember there's so many bumps on my hands. I can't even fit one more bump on there. Everybody, they're not just me. Our camis were ripped. All came back on a bigger bait, not just a fob. I think couple days off, just like rest or refit. And I had my birthday. Somebody gave me a watermelon. It was awesome.
Best gift you ever had, bro.
Yes.
After eating MREs and drinking well water, dude, the watermelon was probably fucking.
That was awesome. I tell you what, during night patrols back in the day, before I went on that mission, I was known to be the melon thief, you know, because 2 a.m.
melon thief.
They're right outside this little tiny cot. Only like 7 Marines or 6 Marines on that tiny little compound. There's a farm field full of watermelons.
Yeah.
I would have just go out. Like my squad is tired, thirsty. I don't want to drink water anymore. I need something sweet.
Yeah.
So I would go in there, pick up 2 melons, bring it back, chopped it up, and give everybody. I would toss it back into the field.
Yeah, man.
Well, it caught up quick because apparently I was taking too many of them. That dude starts sleeping outside on the field with a light shining. So
The farmer.
And no, the reason why I took it because I tried to buy it from him.
Yeah.
He tried to tell me it was $20 a melon. American dollar a melon.
Fuck, bro.
Exactly, dude. I was like, all right, buddy. $20 my ass. Next thing you know, every night,
it's like
night patrol, I would have
$20 fuck Golden Corral, man. It's like all you can fucking eat. Then.
Oh, dude, I was toward the point that's like I was checking, like you know how to check if it's ripe or not. I would go every one, check it. So I took all the good ones. So I had to go further in to get the better ones later on. So he was sleeping. So I literally, I did this, like me and one other guy. Everybody just got into the compound. I'm like, hey, you guys chill here, take your gear off, relax. Me, I took my kit off. My other guy just put my night vision out. We're like low crawling into the field. I check in the melon and take it and bring it back and we eat it and we throw it back into his fields. This couple of times almost caught us. He would just like, shine his light in the field, but we're like, had night vision. I was just laying on in the watermelon field and he didn't see us. I just grabbed a few melons and I left.
Fucking Operation Melon, brother.
Dude, I did some shit, but yeah, it's just, hey, everybody's happy, got some watermelon to eat.
Brother, absolutely. Yeah. Gotta get the guys happy.
Yeah, you got guys, it's a little motivation.
The melon thief.
Yeah,
he
dude,
lives on.
Yeah, he lives. Yeah.
Dude,
Fuck that guy.
They probably had a fucking a bounty out on you.
Yeah.
Looking for the melon
A picture of me just like looking for me in the night.
Have you out in the fucking fields just fucking like cradling them, like tapping them, making sure they're good?
Dude, I think for like how many patrols every night, I gotta take at least 30 melons from them. I gotta, if not more. Sometimes I take 2 because the extra people you need like 2 to feel like 3. Yeah.
You gotta feed your you gotta feed your boys.
Yeah. So Afghanistan's like pretty rough, but it was fun. Yeah. Me and John, we called it summer vacation 2010. He loved it. I was like, yeah, man,
for the boys,
summer for the boys. And so the other half of the deployment, we moved down south. We built a giant cob. It's like not a fob, basically 4 observation base, a huge one, and we named it after him. Awesome. So we named it after him. We were on there, and we were in charge of we're just like outside everywhere, just bazaar, just like the where people can actually sell stuff. So the Taliban took over. That's where this is like the farthest we push, right before singing, because right after me, that's when they went to singing and start doing that. But we were literally the push to there. Yeah, we were taking contacts frequently. And they were just a shit ton of IEDs, man. It was just so scared of IEDs. They were just blown. One guy who got blown up, I think got those MRAPs with a V-shaped bottom.
Yeah.
Dude, they can take a hit.
I bet.
200 pounders IED, they'll be okay. But your brain will be scrambled.
I was gonna say you take a hit, but you still get that punishment.
You survive. You live through it, but you have your limps. But yeah. Then we have guys step on it. 40-pound IED will take both your knees off. Not knees, you're like below the knee amputee. We had a guy in our unit. His is I don't know, Pack is his last name. He was the only quadruple amputee that ever lived. Like not only, like one of the first, one of the 2 ever lived.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he got new arms now or something. They were able to like reattach a new arm to him.
No shit.
Yeah, he's look him on Google or something. He's yeah. Then we had I seen a few guys step on them. Sometime the people who were planting the IED step on them. We're like, all right, well, all right.
Took care of itself.
Good to know. There are a few times came close where we're just the sickle system. That's like a little hook that we designed.
Yeah.
Attached to a bamboo stick. We pulled the wires off. We just check the ground, walk. Check the ground, walk.
Fuck EOD, dude.
Yeah.
You guys gotta take care of yourself with some
EOD
bamboo,
guys,
baby. Yeah.
Dude, we take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Then EOD comes,
Yeah.
The EOD guy, I remember his name's Ghani Holly. He's the one who took care of so many IEDs, but he didn't make it out of that deployment either.
Oh man.
He what was it? He just went up to IED, tried to disassemble it, and it went off on him. So he lost. Yeah. We called him a Ghani Leonidas because he was just a big jack dude. Just like, I remember the first time I saw him, he was just out there doing kettlebell in the heat, but he just jacked. I was like, damn, okay, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that deployment we definitely lost a few. Then we got guys who just get injured and get sick. Dysentery, E. coli. One guy got E. coli.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, you're just eating crap,
So it wasn't like the random gunfire. It wasn't the fucking explosives. It was dysentery, and
that would take definitely a lot of people out. Yeah. I mean, I was shitting my brains out the whole time. The sayings that don't trust a fart. New trousers. I told my wife and all that, we're all competing, like, how many days have you showered? How many days have you not showered?
Right.
Because all we have is baby wipe when we're out there.
The whore bath.
Yep. And it's hot heat, so we just wear the same cami, the frog suit.
Oh, God.
You take it out and put under the sun with all the salt, and you put it back on, all crunchy.
Oh.
Literally, you take it off, and with dry under the sun, it can stand up like by itself.
The fucking odors that were coming off of you guys.
I think my sweat actually cleans me. It's just like
right.
You just
taking a bath.
Yeah. We jump into I remember one time we jumped into a river, it felt so good. And then this river just nasty, just like dead animals floating by. Like, let's get out, Yeah, so it's a canal, more of a canal. But that was it was good. It was fun. It was eventful.
It was definitely eventful, brother.
I'm looking at the pictures. I'm the guy who took all the pictures. That's why when I'm done with deployment, they all ask me for pictures and stuff. All make fun of me. Hey, Mike, you took too many pictures. I'm like, yeah, wait until you want some. And then they're like, hey, you can get some of your pictures. I'm like, yeah.
It's going to cost you, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to bust the shit out of your balls.
It happens.
Yeah,
I wish we had not body cam. What do you call it?
GoPro?
GoPros back then.
Yeah.
It was literally just before GoPros. It was good. So my record is like, I think I went 28 or 30 days, no shower, same clothes.
That's a record you probably never wanted to hold.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say the same underwear, but I would say
at that point you probably should be wearing.
Take everything, just burn it. At this point, but everybody was the same. Somebody went way longer than I have. I know that for sure. And I remember when we got back to the big base where they have steak and lobsters.
Oh, was that the Air Force?
No, it was the Air Force was on there. It was everybody. It was huge, like steak and lobsters every Friday, and just good chow hall food, just amazing food. And people wonder why, like, do we eat while on deployment? Yeah, those guys do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we didn't even shower. We just want to eat. Because we walked in. First thing they did, they kicked us out because we're so dirty and smelly. They're like, no, you guys need to shower. I'm like, no, I gotta eat. I remember our leadership were like, no, these Marines been through shit. They've been through a lot of combat. Like, unlike you guys, they deserve to eat here, and we try to eat. And higher ups, it's again leadership.
Dude, that shit pisses me off. Like, you guys literally been through fucking hell and back, and these guys have the fucking balls to come up to you and be like, no, you can't eat here.
Yeah,
like,
because you stink and you're stinking the area up. I just grabbed a muffin and left, and I went to shower and come back to eat. But it's even after a long mission, nobody shaved. The Marine Corps takes shaving so seriously. I don't grow anything, so it doesn't bother me. But the guys that serve with,
right,
they would come back. The first thing they said, not like, oh, how's everybody? Oh, how are you mourning? Are you like injured? Are you hurt?
Guess good, yeah.
Nope. Everybody, Sergeant Major show up. Hey, Staff Sergeant, get everybody here. Here's one razor shared between 4 guys. Single blade razor shared between 4 guys. Go ahead and shave before you do anything else. We're like, dude, are you serious right now? Like, can I get a bottle of water, like a Gatorade maybe? Like, just let me catch my breath.
Right, fucking something. A muffin. Give me something,
dude. Fuck, man. Food tastes different when you're hungry,
brother. Oh, yes. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, everything tastes like 10 times better. But yeah, this stuff like that really pissed me off, and that's why I was like, you play with the bullshit, you gotta deal with it. One lesson learned, like, don't ever treat. I would never, if I'm ever that rank, right, I would never treat anybody that way. Right. I would go out of my way to help them.
Thanks for tuning in to another beautiful episode of Beyond the Dispatch. We really appreciate you guys listening. For Mike's episode, we had to cut it short. We split it into 2 different episodes. It definitely went a lot longer than we thought it was going to, but it was just so much good stuff. We couldn't cut it short. So what we're going to do is we're going to split it into 2 different episodes. So tune in next week for the rest of Mike's episode. You're not going to want to miss it. We deep dive into his law enforcement career and different lessons he's learned through the way. We really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching us. We can't do it without you guys. We're really trying to make a difference. We can't do it without you. Please like, subscribe, share. If you have anyone you guys want on the show or think you want on the show, reach out to us. We want to hear from you guys. We got some big things coming up. And we're going to start creating some space where you guys can, have a little bit more communication with us and ask us questions. So stay tuned for next week. You're not going to be disappointed. I promise you guys. Catch you in the next one.